While you were sleeping, Fargo City street crews were hard at it, scraping down and clearing away snow from along 45th Street South. If you're out and about on overnights when they do their thing, you've seen how they cut back on the boulevards, pile everything in the middle of the road, and then bring in those dump trucks to haul that snow away. The Valley Today's JC Dodd got this video. She says it's the first time that she has seen the sidewalks along that stretch since about December because of all the snow that we've had. And more of it is coming down this morning for some parts. We could also have some ice conditions later on. Let's check those road maps for you right now. Here's the North Dakota DOT. We are seeing just kind of a cutout that I'm going to outline here of where the conditions are okay still. So everything that I have outlined and highlighted in red here, that's where things are still pretty good. That includes just around Devil's Lake, Grand Forks, Valley City, West Fargo, and Fargo as well. However, everything outside of that, we're starting to see that weather system that's impacting us affect the roads. Just north of the Devil's Lake Basin, we are seeing those purple dotted lines. What that means is partially snow covered or fully snow covered, and then down around just south of the Jamestown area, southwest of the Jamestown area, we are seeing light blue colored roads. That means that we're talking about some frost that's forming on there. We know that frost can be real slick when you have to drive along it. And then south around Wahpeton, we're also talking some icy conditions. But right now, the Metro green, we're looking good. Take a check of Minnesota, though. There, it's a different story. Once we get to about Glendon to Hawley on Highway 10, a purple line there. That means we are talking about snow covered. And then Highway 75 just north of Wahpeton, and then from Wahpeton to Fergus Falls, also snow covered. And then heading up to more northwestern Minnesota, the conditions there are looking pretty good for everything going on. Not much impacting them yet, except just around War Road to Baudette. It looks like we are seeing some blowing snow off of the Minnesota Northwest angle right there. So be careful throughout the day. Now we want to head on over to Lisa Green to get that fast track forecast for you on that first alert weather day.
Good morning. It's a complicated one. We've had some snow showers that I've been tracking moving through the Devil's Lake area. Looks like that has moved on for now. We've got a couple of drops on our warmer camera dome here as well. And we're looking at conditions improving a bit in this area. Visibility was down for a little while. We're looking at 2.5 miles there. We've also had some fog in this area this morning too. And Langdon's visibility is at less than a mile. So your visibility issues with fog will soon be, or maybe have been, replaced by issues with visibility with the falling snow in those locations, as that's where we've seen the snow start to move through. Langdon, we're starting to get that snow from Canada dipping in as well, stretching down through Devil's Lake and Jamestown. You can see this line pressing to the south and east. The heavier snowfall indicated in the darker blue areas, stretching from northern Stutzman back through Foster, Eddy counties, back up to Ramsey County there. And again, this is all moving to the southeast. And just pointing out again, this is a pretty large system. We've got a lot of snow north of the border that will be dipping in. So this is moving into the region. So don't be fooled thinking that you're missing out. You will eventually see that snow move in where you are today too. And we'll all get in on the rest of the mess to go with this system too, which includes a little freezing drizzle, the wind coming our way. You can see that it's starting to increase, not in the strong side just yet. We've got a couple of wind speeds into the 20s. It's out of the south, and that's part of that warm surge that's already starting up for some of us. Out west, we're at 27. It's 22 in Jamestown. Fargo's at 12. And we're at 6 in Bemidji and just 1 in Wadena. So pretty cold this morning to start. You'll want all the winter gear this morning, and you're going to want to make sure that you send the kids out with their waterproof gear too, because we're looking at snow, but eventually, and this is specifically for Fargo, so it's going to take a little bit for Fargo to see the snow. That's why we've got this partly cloudy icon here. Other places, it's a different story, as we know. But by the time we get into the afternoon, the snow has moved on, and we're dealing with the potential for some isolated rain showers and temperatures that are back above freezing, around 40 degrees. And so it's going to get really slushy anywhere where we've had some freeze up or where we've had some snow build up. So it's going to get sloppy for that walk home from the bus stop here today. With that wind, it's going to be quite strong. Let's take a look at our wind gust planner, because this is going to be critical for the next couple of days too. This morning, not so bad, but we're going to start to see these gusts picking up as the snow is falling. So issues with visibility with the snowfall. You can see gusts into the 30s out of the south and up to 40 miles per hour or so through the morning. Into the noon hour, more gusts, perhaps especially out west where we have that advisory, into the mid 40s. And as we wake our way into tonight, the wind starts to shift, but it stays strong. We're looking at westerly or northwesterly winds, and those will be driving in that colder air overnight tonight and heading into tomorrow morning. This is 5 a.m. tomorrow. Gusts into the 40s to near 50 miles per hour. And if there's any snow coming down, we've got whiteout conditions here. So snowfall potential, again, greatest to the northeast, but it is going to be impacted by those temperatures, which will be above freezing today. So it's just going to get messy. Check back with us throughout the day. We'll continue to keep you updated.
And that VNO weather app, have it handy. Lisa, thank you this morning. Today's online fundraiser, Giving Hearts, is on a roll. People have now donated more than $3.7 million. 450 nonprofits are part of the big donation day as they try to bolster their bank accounts to provide vital services to our community. The fundraiser goes for 24 hours. There could be some good news coming for Minnesota frontline workers. A White House committee yesterday forwarded a bill to pay bonuses to healthcare workers and others whose jobs were deemed essential during the COVID pandemic, but who could not work from home. The $1 billion proposal would send $1,500 bonuses to about 667,000 people, including those in healthcare, long-term care, emergency services, schools, childcare, hospitality, and retail. Leaders in both chambers say bonus checks are a priority this year. Fargo police want your help finding a woman who hasn't been heard from in almost 2 months. Picture on your screen. Take a look. 40-year-old Sarah Zahn was reported missing yesterday, but family members say no one has heard from her since December 10th. Contact Fargo PD if you have any information about her. A warrant is now out for a Minnesota Army National Guard member who is accused of sexually assaulting a high school student in 2019. Roseau County court documents say 36-year-old Ryan Rivers is charged with sexual conduct in position of authority. The alleged victim was 17 years old and enlisted in the National Guard in December of 2018. In 2019, the victim says Rivers asked her to go to his Roseau hotel with him, where she says he started to kiss her and then grope her. In a statement to Valley News Live, the Minnesota National Guard says Rivers has been reassigned to a position in Minneapolis without any contact with recruits. A former Sioux Falls police officer is facing child porn charges. 28-year-old Luke Schauer is charged with attempted production of child pornography. Federal court documents say that Schauer used a social media app to send several messages to an undercover FBI agent who was posing as a 12-year-old girl. Authorities say Schauer sent multiple images of his private parts and then asked for nude photos in return. A federal judge has now granted a preliminary injunction against a South Dakota rule that would make the state one of the hardest places in the U.S. to get abortion pills. The injunction was issued against a rule pushed by Governor Kristi Noem that would have required abortion seekers to make 3 separate visits to a doctor to take abortion pills. Women are currently able to receive both drugs and 2-dose medical abortion regimen in just 1 visit. One man is dead after getting caught in machinery at the 3M plant in Alexandria, Minnesota. The State Occupational Safety and Health Administration is investigating what led up to that accident. The victim's name has not yet been made public. Shot in the head on a school bus. Police are scrambling to find the person who opened fire on a school bus in Minneapolis. A couple of things did go right, though. Bullets thankfully missed all 3 students on board at the time yesterday afternoon. Plus, the driver who was hit does not have critical injuries and is expected to recover. The Becker County Sheriff's Office is working to determine why a man was lying in the middle of a highway in the middle of the night. He was on County Road 21 north of Detroit Lakes yesterday morning around 3 when he was hit by a snowplow. Emergency crews found 39-year-old Matthew Larson of White Earth unconscious, but without any obvious signs of trauma. There has been no update on his condition this morning. With unseasonably warmer temperatures earlier this week, many are finally getting out of the house to enjoy what winters in the north have to offer. The Valley Today's JC Dodd is trying out some new winter hobbies this morning. She joins us live from North Fargo. JC, what are you trying out now?
Now, Jordan, I've tried cross-country skiing. Gonna be honest, not my cup of tea. Snowshoeing, I think I could handle, but I need to wait for some fresh powder, see if I can really get the lift on those things. But now I think I might have found my niche. My niche when it comes to winter hobbies. We're gonna try out sledding. And joining me this morning is Pace Mayor with Fargo Parks District. Now tell me, sledding, how many hills can you find in Fargo?
Well, at least 2 you can find at Edgewood Chalet here. We have one in that Mickelson Sledding Hill as well. So there's at least 2 out there.
So you've heard it here first. We have found one of 2
Yes.
very important sledding hills. Why is sledding so much fun to you?
Oh, I don't know. It's just the excitement of going down. You know, it's a little icy here this morning, but it's going to be fun, right? You get that rush in your stomach. It's going to be a good time. So that's why I love sledding.
So the ice really helps with the speed, right?
Yeah. If you want to go fast, this is the place to be.
That's what I'm nervous about. So, Jordan, we're going to go down sledding. I have not been sledding since, gosh, I was 12, but I'm gonna hand the microphone off and we're gonna see just how far we go. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1.
She's going right to the bump. Woo!
All right, they are off to the races. Looks like a pretty good time. And a reminder, with that snowshoeing or the cross-country skiing or even sledding, they do offer rentals, so you don't need to go out and buy them all yourself and spend all that money. You can just spend about $14 for an adult, $7 for kids, and get those items. We'll have more information on where you can get them and how on our VNL News app. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. We'll have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up on the Fargo CW. That's where we find Lisa Green as she's tracking a first alert weather day on a system that could bring snow, blowing snow, rain, and even a freezing rain mix. It's what you need to watch out for to stay safe today. We'll see you over on the Fargo CW. Otherwise, have a great Thursday, everyone.